Hello everyone, it is quite late, hence why the quality of this video is quite bad. It is like 8:40-ish, and I just felt compelled to start a vlog, so hello. This might be my last master's vlog, y'all. Hello, hi. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I am doing a master's, and I should be finishing it up like in the next month. Which is insane to think about. It's in microbiology, and I'm wrapping up everything, essentially. My thesis is due in like 2.5 weeks, and I'd like to get it in by like in a week, just to have it in, and if anything goes wrong, I can resubmit, because we're allowed to resubmit it until we pass. And so I don't know how that would work if you submit it at the deadline and you didn't pass, you know, if like you'd have some wiggle room after the deadline. I don't know. But yes, I'm gonna be submitting it hopefully in a week, which is exciting but also terrifying. I still have my bioinformatics class and my careers class going on after that, but this thesis is like the majority of my work this semester. I mean, bioinformatics is a lot too, but like this is like where all my brain power goes. And so to finally have, like, to see a light at the end of the tunnel is kind of nice. I still have like a lot to write though. My paper is currently 12 pages. It needs to be at least 15. It can be up to 20, which is great. And yeah, I haven't even edited the last grad school vlog. So I really need to get into that, because otherwise I'm gonna have no storage on my phone. So I think this will be my last master's vlog, because I don't know how interesting anything else would be, because bioinformatics and my careers class are just me on the computer, and like I feel like there's only so much you can say about assignments, you know. But the reason why I wanted to do at least one more thesis vlog is because I'm going to talk about what my thesis is about, because I think I've had like the past 3 vlogs talking about my thesis but like not saying anything, and it's mainly because I don't want it to get plagiarized. But this is going to be going out way past the deadline. I'm going to try and get like my previous grad school vlog out. And then I really want to film a book haul video, because I turned 24 this past weekend, which is terrifying. I don't know, like the idea of getting older, I try not to think about it. But yeah, I turned 24 and I went to Half Price and I bought 24 books, which was a lot of money. I'll be transparent, I spent $150, which I feel like isn't actually that bad, because if you, I mean, it's a lot of money obviously, but it's not that bad if you think about like Barnes and Noble prices, because I'd probably be spending like $600 with taxes and everything, probably even more. So like $150 for 24 books, and some of those were newer editions, or like not editions, but like newer books, like more recently published. Like, you can't beat that. I feel like that was really good. That was kind of like the one thing I wanted to do for my birthday, and then like we went out to eat, so I had a great time. But I really want to film a book haul, and then I'm thinking about putting this video up after that. So y'all probably won't be seeing this video for like another month. Currently it's October 30th, so my thesis, I'll probably talk a bit more about it tomorrow. I am getting tired. I'm just procrastinating at this point, so I'm gonna get started, and I will talk more with y'all tomorrow. This looks so bad, please ignore those boxes. Anyway, so it is November 1st, happy November. I meant to update y'all yesterday, didn't do anything really. I read some papers and like that was about it. My grandma is decorating for November. She took down all the Halloween decorations already at like 6 a.m. So today's agenda, I have my PhD meeting today at 12, which is terrifying. I didn't get around to making like, I was gonna make like organize my sources in my outline to kind of get a good flow for writing. I didn't do that yesterday. I kind of just knocked out in my bed. But what I'm gonna do is prepare for this interview. This is like my PhD notebook. This is what it looks like. It's really cute, and it has a lot of pages. So if I get into a program, I'm gonna keep using this notebook for like meetings and notes and general stuff. So that's just like a, what's the word, like a commonplace notebook, but for like PhD stuff. I am gonna write some notes for this meeting to kind of like be prepared. So I did it for a meeting and that really helped, and then I didn't do it for a meeting and that meeting went horrible. So clearly I should be doing this. So yes, I'm gonna kind of make like a little pitch of myself and kind of explain why I'm interested in this professor's work, and then also kind of come up with a list of questions that I want to ask him. I hate like asking questions about their research because I don't know if they want it like paper specific or just like in general, and like I don't want to be like, hey, why did you use like this in this paper instead of like this, because I'm not like knowledgeable enough to know like the materials and methods of stuff just yet. So it is 9:30, my meeting is at 12, and I kind of got like ready. I cut my bangs, they were like almost in my eyes. I have this like one piece of my bangs that I'm growing out. It used to be thicker, but I cut back another piece because I felt like it was missing a bit too much, but like this just little bit adds too much. And so I'm growing that out, and I figured once it gets to like here, then I'll just cut my hair to match. But yeah, I haven't cut my hair in a year, and this is how much it's grown. Crazy. I hate it this long because I like my short hair because it stays out of the way, but everyone I know prefers my hair longer, which is kind of sad. But anyway, I'll grow it out for a bit longer while this piece grows because I'd like it to match the hair eventually. Anyway, what was like, okay, yeah, it's 9:30. I've gotten ready and I will be preparing for this for the next, I don't know, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer, and then after that I might try and do my outline for my next thesis section. I'll talk more about my thesis later. I keep saying I will, but I'll do it later. And then after my meeting, I think I'm gonna go to the library. My mom gave me money for a coffee. She brought us home from the hospital yesterday, Halloween, October 31st, dressed as pumpkins. And she's always, every year she's like, I brought y'all home from the hospital today, like 24 years ago, 23 years ago, 22 years ago. And she's like, here's a coffee on me today. And I'm like, oh yeah. And so I didn't get around to doing it yesterday because I had some other stuff I had to do after work. So I think I will go get my coffee today and then go to the library. Good morning, everyone. The laundry is going on in the background, so I do apologize for the noise. Something exciting came in the mail yesterday. I got War and Peace. I've been wanting this specific edition, and it's been so hard to find this like in stores, so I caved and I bought it off of Amazon. It did come with like some stuff on the sides, but like the penguin like black spine editions don't hold up very well anyway, so I'm not like too like worried because it's gonna get messy anyway, you know. Like this is like my copy of Dorian Gray. My copy of Pride and Prejudice is like I promise I take good care of these. These just like, well, I mean, this one hasn't had as much good care, but they just get very worn, you know. Like here's Jane Eyre. I've taken a bit better care of this one. I don't like to crack the spine, but for classics I do it because I like to annotate in here. I didn't annotate a lot in Jane Eyre, to be honest. I wasn't obsessed with it, but I kind of got spoiled for it, so I think that contributed to that. Today is Saturday, and I'm gonna go to the library in a little bit. Stay there all day. It opens at 10, closes at 5. But yeah, what I'm gonna do real quick is I really want to split for sleeves on my sweater. I am on the road to do so, so I'm gonna get some cords to put the sleeves on hold. But this is the sweater I'm currently working on. It's so pretty. The meeting with the professor yesterday went really well. I'm very happy it did. I was very nervous because I like adore the program, and it's kind of competitive. So there's like a good chance that I'm just not gonna get in. But I really love talking to the professor that I talked to, and he seemed really excited that I was interested in what he was doing, because it's a bit different actually than, like, it's in the realm of microbial ecology, but like it's a tad different. So yeah, if I get into the program, like I will go to that program in a heartbeat. It's like my top choice. And so if I get into that program, I would really like to do a rotation with that professor and potentially join his lab. If I get into the program, then I'm gonna have to do a bit of studying, just because he has a few things that I'm not as familiar with or that I just need to review. But it went really well, so I'm very happy. And he asked me all about my thesis, because he wasn't really familiar with like the topic, and so I felt very smart, which was like so validating, because I was just so nervous. And so to talk about something that like I knew was just like so nice. And I don't know if he was just like trying to be nice or, you know, whatnot, but I was just like so happy to like share my thesis with him. I'm gonna finish up this row and split for the sleeves on my knitting, and then I will head over to the library and we will get a lot of work done. I got a bit of work done yesterday actually. I've actually started writing the paper kind of. I've been writing it on my iPad, which I think is kind of helpful, just because I can like flip through my notebook, and then I can also go through the screen and stuff. And I organized all my sources. I haven't put them in like an order, but like the section I'm on doesn't really have like an ordering system, but I still have a few sources that I want to add to the section. So yeah, it might take a bit longer, but I'm feeling good. So I'm hoping to finish up this like subsection and then finish up another subsection. Really, I just want to finish this like whole section today, and then tomorrow I want to do like add more to my other sections and stuff. I don't know if that's gonna happen. That might be a bit too optimistic, but that's kind of the goal. So yeah, anyway, I need to read the pattern now. Okay. Hello everyone, so I've had a productive like hour and a half at the library, and now I'm gonna go get some food. My grandma gave me a gift card, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. I feel happy about the section that I'm on, kind of like the subsection. I feel like I was kind of confused about it at first, but I feel like I kind of got it now. And so when after I'm done eating, I'm gonna come back to the library and continue working on it. I'm almost done with the section. I think it's a bit of a smaller subsection, and then I'm gonna try and like do my biggest section. The thing is that it's probably gonna take me, I don't know, I say it's my biggest section. Really, it's like kind of the focus of my paper, but my paper is also kind of switched to like hydrology a bit. I haven't talked about my paper yet, so I guess we can talk about it now, maybe. But the title is Meltwater Composition and its impact on downstream / adjacent microbial communities and biogeochemical cycling. So yeah, I'm really loving it. Glaciers, they melt, and in their meltwater they have nutrients and microorganisms, and then that all gets transported downstream, downriver, to lakes, ponds, estuaries, the coast, the oceans, and that influx of like nutrients and microorganisms can impact the areas that they end up in. And there's usually, you know, like a normalcy to it, you know, like a seasonality to it. Like, this happens, it's meltwater, like this is a normal thing, but kind of I want to look at specifically like what happens when there's too much meltwater, you know, and then also what happens when the meltwater is gone because the glaciers have receded. So yeah, that's kind of what my thesis is looking at, and I'm really enjoying it. I know a lot about microbial ecology, obviously, because this is where I focused my degree in and what I'm hoping to do a PhD in, but I haven't ever learned anything about glaciers, so I've had to do majority of the learning myself in terms of this habitat, this environment. So yeah, that has been a lot of fun actually, but it has taken, I feel like, maybe a bit more time maybe than potentially something that maybe I could write, I don't know, something more that I like, something that I've learned a bit more about, like the oceans or something. Like, I've learned quite a bit about like ocean like ecology and like microbial ecology in the oceans, but I really wanted to do the cryosphere. I just kind of got hooked on it, and so yeah, that's what my thesis is about. That's the long-awaited reveal. I didn't mean to be so secretive, but like, again, I was worried about plagiarism. By the time you're seeing this, I'll have submitted my thesis, which will be really exciting, hopefully, if all things go well. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'll be back at the library. Happy to be making progress. I kind of didn't do much yesterday other than organize my stuff for the class. I was kind of really stressed about the meeting. Thankfully that went okay. It went really well. I feel like, I don't know if he felt it on his end, but on my end I felt really happy about it. Yeah, hopefully all that works out. I'm like really excited for like the opportunity to do that if I can, like to work with that professor and like to go to that university, because I adore, I think I mentioned this, I just adore, I'm obsessed with that program. It would just be a dream to go there. So yeah, anyway. Good morning, everyone. Apologies for the washing going on in the background. It's a weekend morning. Washing goes on. Anyway, so I made myself some tea. Today's daylight savings hours, so I set my alarm, like I have like a sunlight lamp, and I set it for 7 a.m. and lo and behold, it woke me up at 6 a.m. I was like, what? And like I went on my phone. I was like, what do you mean it's 6 a.m.? This goes off at 7, and then I was like, oh, it's daylight savings. I got a bit of an extra hour, which is great. And yeah, so it's 8 a.m., 8:18-ish. So on today's agenda, I want to read a paper first, which doesn't have to do with my thesis. It is called Depth-Dependent Environmental Drivers of Microbial Plankton Community Structure in the Northern Gulf of Mexico. I was sent it by a potential PhD advisor, and so I want to read it. I need to message her on Monday asking to meet again, because she mentioned wanting to meet again like the middle of October. It is November, so yeah, but I've just been so busy, so I'm just gonna be like, hey, sorry for not reaching out sooner. October ended up being incredibly busy, but do you want to meet now? I think she wants me to have like a specific project in mind, which I'm not too I don't know if I'm like, I don't know, that makes me nervous, because like I've never done a PhD before, obviously, and I've never had like a specific research project. When I did research in undergrad, I mainly like helped prep things, and like I wasn't assigned to a specific project and I didn't know like the ins and outs of that project. So the idea of like having an idea, I mean obviously I need to have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like more receptive to just like seeing what a professor wants a student to be like working on and then kind of going from there, as opposed to like coming up with a project. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think she did mention she has like an idea of like what she wants a potential student to work on, so maybe I'll ask questions about that and figure that out. But yeah, so just as like a start of the morning, I'm gonna read this paper. It's not very long, only 13 pages, and then I will get into my thesis. I'm hoping to finish my big section tonight, my big like impact section. That's the section I've been working on. I'll update y'all in a bit. I'm gonna see what I can do by like 12 p.m. Okay, good morning everyone. So it is Friday. The weekend is here. I'm very happy. Y'all will be happy to know that I finished my thesis yesterday. So I ended up going to the library after work, which I do a little bit. However, normally I only stay for like 3-ish hours and then I head home before like dinner. However, today, or well yesterday, I like texted my family. I was like, I'm trying to finish my thesis. I'm gonna be here probably until they close, which was 8, but I left around like 7:15-ish, so I didn't stay till 8. But yeah, I finished writing my thesis. So the night before that, I finished writing like the section about like the coastal kind of regions and like oceans like adjacent to a glacier, and kind of the impact on that environment. And so I spent like the first like little bit that I was there just typing out what I had written, and then I also ended up rewriting the significance section because it just wasn't good. I told the professor that when I sent in the rough draft. I was like, I don't like the significance section, I'm gonna rewrite it. And so I found some more sources and I kind of just talked about it in a different way, and I think it ended up a lot better. So yeah, I finished it and the conclusion was essentially the same, so I didn't have to do anything for that. So yay. So we're done with like the bulk of the writing essentially. So this whole weekend I just want to spend editing the paper. I know there are like a few more kind of things I want to add. Also, of course, a lot more sources, and then just making sure it sounds legible. Readable? Yeah, I need to refill my water. It's one of those old Mario Badescu facial sprays. I cleaned it out and I just keep water in it now, which essentially was what it was initially when you buy it. So yes, I'm gonna spend essentially the whole weekend just editing this paper, and I'm gonna get it in by like Sunday. I keep like pushing back the deadline, but now that I've like written the paper, Sunday is gonna be my deadline. I haven't read anything that I've written since moving on from like the rough draft submission, so we'll see how this goes. My professor also gave me some corrections on the first part of my paper, so I need to incorporate those. And yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel is here. Good morning, everyone. I house sitting. If you hear a lot of noise in the background, there's a giant air filter over here, but I'm in the beautiful home that I'm house sitting. I love like coming over here because it's just so peaceful. It is so peaceful. I'm basically going to be working today until like 4. It's not even 8 yet. It's 7:50, so I'm gonna have quite a bit of time to work. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. Like the sun is shining. It's like 60 degrees outside and the sun is shining. Oh, it feels so nice. And so I'm just like in a good mood. This one cat never comes over to me. I mean, she likes me. I'm like the cat whisperer, but she is a bit more like introverted. Today's plan is to finish the thesis. I did my edits on the second half yesterday and I'm feeling good about it. However, I realized I really need a whole nother section. Like my thesis is about meltwater composition and its impact on downstream microbial communities and biogeochemical cycling. And I feel like I've gotten the kind of microbial community impact and like a tiny bit of biogeochemical cycling, but not quite. And so I kind of want to make a whole section just for biogeochemical cycling and talk more about how microbes are involved in that, because I feel like I haven't really talked about that very much. I feel like that's what's lacking from the paper. I finished. So I definitely still need to read through what I wrote. I haven't done that yet. I got word that the owner of this house will be coming back at around 6. It's currently about 3, and I don't need to feed them dinner. The owners are just gonna feed them, so I can leave whenever I want. So honestly, I'll probably leave now and head home. And then when I get home, I will get my sources all together because I've now added almost 200 sources. Tomorrow will be my edit day, and then I will turn it in. And if it sucks, I have time to redo it. So yeah, that's kind of the goal. So I'm not too stressed about turning it in. Like I still want to turn in something that's like good, but I'm okay with needing to make corrections if needed. I have like blocked out certain days of like when I'm doing stuff, and the next like 4 days I have open to like work on the thesis if I need to. So yeah, I have it in my schedule to like work on it if I need to. So I'm not super stressed because I can just return it in. I love that we're able to do that. So yes, anyway, I'm gonna like pack up here, get everybody situated, and we will head home. Yay! Hello everyone, so it is almost 6. I haven't turned in my thesis yet. Okay, listen, so I finished it yesterday, right? Then today I'm doing like final edits and stuff, and so I have it edited pretty much. To be honest, it sounds like gibberish to me at this point because I've read it so much, so I don't even know if it's like readable at this point, but it is what it is. So yeah, and so the last thing I need to do is just finish with my sources. I need to make sure that they are all there. I went to the library actually, just to kind of get out of the house because I was like not concentrating. Sorry, I'm trying to get my heating pad situated. Yeah, I went to the library, and so I've just been going through my paper and seeing if I have all my references, and I have missed a few, so it's a good thing that I'm doing this. And some of the dates are wrong, I think because I got confused with like submission and publication date, because they're usually about a year apart. So I need to go back and make sure I'm like actually citing the right paper and make sure that they don't have another paper in that year or the next year. And yeah, and then I need to get more sources. So that's probably gonna be the part that takes me forever. Oh my god, I didn't even look at the vlog yet today. I had a new vlog go out today, so yeah, anyway. Okay, remember how I said that I wanted to be done by 8:30? It is 10:30. If you can't tell, I can barely keep my eyes open. But I finished my thesis. I want to try, emphasis on try, to read through it one more time before submitting it. But to be honest, I'm just gonna leave a note for my professor saying, and I quote, "I've read this so many times, it is now turned into gibberish." It is a whopping 35 pages. 18 are the actual writing. 207 references. 16 pages of references. I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm at work. My grade came in. I got a 98! 98! Yeah! So happy. Oh my god.